Three hacks and a movie.
Nice.
I'm Emilio.
I'm Bentley.
And I'm RJ.
And we're three hacks and we're going to talk about movies. That's it.
Yep, that's what
all
we
you
do.
need to know.
That's what we do here,
The only
guys.
info you really need to understand the show.
Yeah. If the title didn't give away what this podcast is about, yes, that is what we do here.
Mm-hmm. And today was Emilio's pick this time.
It was mine. Disclaimer, we were supposed to watch Tombstone, but apparently every streaming service decided to get rid of it at the same time, and I wasn't going to pay $3.99 to rent it, so, you know.
A movie that none of these hacks have seen yet. So.
Yeah, literally none of us, but I was pretty excited to watch it too, but, you know, oh well. Anyway, so I pivoted in a completely different direction from going from a classic Western to, I don't know, this dark comedy, I guess, is really what the genre, honestly, is.
A dark comedy, yeah.
I think it's a pretty dark comedy, honestly. It's not a black comedy. It's not that dark, but it's a dark comedy for
a
sure.
little
dark
slapsticky.
Kids comedy.
Physical.
Dark
Yeah.
kids comedy.
Yeah, man. It's just, I hate it because I feel like I say this so much now, but it's definitely a movie that would never get made today.
Right.
Like, there's absolutely no way, like, whatever, an Ice Cube's chance in hell that this fucking movie would make it today.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's very fat phobic and ableist.
Body shaming
For sure.
It's going to trigger my dysmorphia.
What is it? Fat bullying? This is bullying, really.
Fat
but,
shaming.
Yeah.
Just fat shaming.
But
Which, I mean, if you're going to fat camp, like, that's, I would expect to get a little ounce of that. Fat shaming,
yeah,
right? I don't know. I've never been, but
I
I imagine that's how it is.
I don't know. Now fat camps are probably all about just accepting who you are.
The fat positivity
Probably,
camp.
yeah.
Positivity camp. There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
I don't even
is
call it-
actually kind of what the camp is in this movie originally.
yeah. They probably don't even call it fat camp. They would call it like, yeah, just like body positivity camp. Or
Yeah.
body acceptance camp. You know,
That's it. That's exactly
they
it.
can fall into a few different ways, but. Yeah, so today we watched the Disney classic from, I don't know, sometime in the 90s, 95, Heavyweights. Not camp. I feel like a lot of people call it Camp Heavyweights, but it's just called Heavyweights.
I never heard
that.
anybody call it that.
I feel like I've seen people make that mistake a lot. But yeah, it's Heavyweights. It is a Disney classic again from 95, written by Judd Apatow.
Yeah,
The director.
Stephen Brill, yeah, he's done like who you might know from the Mighty Duck series. I'm
Wait,
sure.
did Little Nicky?
yeah, he directed
Wow.
Little Nicky.
Oh, he wrote Ready to Rumble.
True auteur.
And then,
Wow, yeah,
Sandy Wexler.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. This
Says
guy.
he directed.
Bro, he
it, too.
directed
I don't know
Mr.
about
D.
One of
that.
my favorite movies.
Without a Paddle.
Drillbit Taylor.
I did watch Drillbit Taylor.
I did like that movie.
QB Halloween.
Wait, the thread
Yeah.
from movie 43. Do you remember that part?
Movie 43.
Thread?
Okay, so if you like all these movies,
That's a
check this out.
okay. Directed by alternate version. The Thread.
Alternate. I think it's of the main plot that's like connected through all of them with Dennis Quaid, where he's pitching the idea.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
man's got a repertoire.
Yeah.
I will say
Damn, good for him.
some of the greatest movies made of our time.
Hey, I love Mr. Deeds, but I've never seen Sandy Wexler or
Without a Paddle is
I saw
I've
amazing.
seen,
Wexler.
I've seen Without a Paddle. Yeah, Drillbit Taylor.
I really like Ready to Rumble, but it's a dumb, stupid wrestling comedy, and
Isn't it canon in the ECW world or is it ECW?
I don't know if
WCW?
not the movie isn't canon, but in actual WCW history, they made David Arquette the champion.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't like him and his character in the movie or whatever. It was like David Arquette just came out and like beat DDP or something like that.
Okay. Never mind. All right. But yeah, so this dude, pretty good track record.
I'd say it's
It's
I don't know if it's my
relatively
cup
good.
of tea, but
Dude's not going broke anytime soon either. Like some of those movies are pretty big hits.
I always thought so. It kind of surprised me that this guy directed it, and I kind of assumed that Ben Stiller directed it for whatever reason. You know, he's directed a lot of good movies, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it said this
Kind of my
wasn't the
brain.
point in this time where he was trying to decide between like acting and directing.
Mhm.
I guess like
'Cause he did the Cable Guy, right? And that was like a year
Yeah.
after this.
I think so. Yeah.
that's a really good movie. I think.
Yeah.
That's
That
a
one.
crazy movie.
One of the few Jim Carrey movies I like.
crazy, bro.
And I just want to say there's an actor in this movie named David Bowie, and that almost like tripped me out for a second. 'Cause it's so close to David
That
Bowie.
was David Bowie's other stage name or his layman name.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is like
so-
a kid's movie. I'd say in the same vein as like something like Sandlot, a little bit, like just
Sandlot for fat. Nah, see, because
For fat
Sandlot's for
kids.
everyone.
little
Heavy
Lord of
Race
the
is-
Flies ish.
I don't know, man. I was thinking it's Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's
with
Heroes.
Fucking fat kids, honestly.
Yeah.
Instead of Nazis, you have fitness freaks.
One of them's
Yeah.
a German guy.
One of
Yeah,
them.
you do got the German. in it,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Watch somewhere in that Wikipedia, someone's like, some would call it the Hogan's Heroes of fat kids or some shit like that. But yeah, so this movie, Heavyweights, if you haven't seen it, and I don't know why you would be listening to this episode if you haven't, but it's a movie about a kid who gets sent off to fat camp, and obviously he's like upset about it at first. But then he like meets the fellow campers, he meets the counselor, and they're all cool, super understanding, and just
It
very
seems like
welcoming.
A lot of them have been there before. Like, it's
Oh yeah,
not,
some
it's
of
not
them were
their
like
first
multiple
rodeo.
years. Yeah.
So it's like, how are you
Well-
going to
well-
this camp over and over again?
Well,
Which
like,
that's not a
still-
good sign of a good
That's not a
fat
good
camp.
sign.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I was thinking that too because, like, yeah, the guy who's like in the heavyweights infomercial, he's obviously like the main camp counselor, and he's still super heavy. And I'm like, bro, if I saw it on the tape, I would be like, what? Like, why would I send my kid there? And like you just see nothing but also fat kids out there. Like, okay, like,
Yeah.
maybe if it was all their first years, that'd be something. But yeah, so he's all upset about it. But first day he meets everyone, they're all super cool, everything's great. And then the second day they announce that they have to sell off the fat camp the camp because they have to declare bankruptcy, I guess, or something like that.
Jerry Stiller and his wife.
Yeah, Jerry
right?
Stiller and his wife, Ben Stiller's parents.
Right.
So, like, hilarious because Ben Stiller is obviously like the villain of the movie. And then Ben Stiller's Tony Perkis comes in and announces that he's taking over the camp. But it's basically going to go from, whatever, go-karts and just like hanging out at the lake to like a work camp, basically.
It's an actual like diet and fitness camp,
Yeah.
to try to lose weight loss camp.
Yeah, like legit, yeah. Something I would like you would think like an adult boot camp would kind of do, but like for kids, basically.
Yeah.
And so, it kind of all goes to hell from there. At first it's like, it's funny when we were watching this again, I was really trying to think like, okay, at what point does Tony Perkis like lose all credibility of like him actually just being an okay guy? Like obviously he's like a super intense dude and whatever.
Strict and
And strict, right? Because it's like, okay, obviously, like, like no candies, no snacks. That's like, you're trying to lose weight here. And you're only there for like 2 months, I think, 2.5 months.
I mean,
don't
it's
even
a
know if
summer
they said-
camp,
It's a
so-
summer camp, right? So like 2.5 months.
At
right?
most, yeah,
Yeah,
2.5 months.
So, I mean, that's an okay amount of time to lose weight. But yeah, so, he's just like, we're going to exercise every day. We're going to eat better. There's going to be just like greens and I assume there was still going to be like meat and stuff. Like it's only protein or whatever. But yeah, like it was all kind of like normal. Like, okay, it's like not that bad. The raid on their cabin, obviously, to like get all their snacks and stuff was kind of intense. But, but again, like
they were smuggling candy.
yeah, bro. Like these
So,
kids were literally strapping
they're hoarding it.
bars of chocolate to their body, and one kid had salami, multiple salami
Yeah,
sticks.
yeah.
I might add.
Yeah, a kid that
Not
looked
just
like the
that.
Rizzler.
Oh yeah, exactly.
There's also a kid that looked like Andy Milonakis,
Yeah, a
which was
little bit.
amazing.
Still
Oh,
looks
Keenan
like
Thompson
Andy
is also. I mean, we kind of went over. We didn't really go over the people who are in this movie,
Right,
but
Keenan
yeah.
Thompson, and then Sean Weiss, who had played Goldberg in the Mighty Duck
Ducks,
movies,
right? Yep.
and also Aaron Schwartz, who was also in the Mighty Duck movies.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of Mighty Duck kids.
Yeah. And it's great. Yeah, obviously, like Ben Stiller's like the villain, and then one of the really crazy things is anyone who's ever seen any Adam Sandler movie knows. Oh my god,
Alan Covert.
Alan Covert. You might not actually know his real name, but you've seen him in basically anything Adam has ever done. But most people would recognize him as Alex from Grandma's Boy.
Right.
And this is like before like any of that. So, I guess this is when he was just trying to become an actor, just doing stuff, whatever.
Mhm.
But I think the craziest thing about this movie is that we have not one, but two, kind of even three, like like critically acclaimed directors eventually come out of this. We had Paul Feig, who's like a juggernaut in the comedy world in like the 2010s, anyways.
Right.
I don't know what's like the last thing he's done at this point.
Judd Apatow, who's the juggernaut of the 2000s.
Yeah, the 2000s. Yeah, man.
And then
obviously everything from like not super bad. I was about to say super bad.
No, he did 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, and then Anchorman.
Yeah,
those are like ones he was attached
bangers,
to.
bro. Yeah, and the list keeps going too. Yeah. He's obviously been working like for a while now.
Produced some other ones.
Yeah, and then we have Peter Berg, who like he's like an uncredited role, and now he's like a big ass director. Whatever.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot more TV now, it seems like, but he's done like a lot of action movies over the years, and yeah dude's got a pretty.
And Ben Stiller's did a decent amount of directing. I mean, he was already doing directing.
He's
at
Tropic
that time.
Thunder,
Yeah,
bro.
he did one of the best comedies of our
He
time.
directed
Right.
Tropic
I always
Thunder.
forget he directed that.
I know.
Yeah, he
dude,
directed it and wrote it. I think he did the script. So
it's
Reality Bites. Yeah, so he did
Legend.
this. This movie was in between Reality Bites and Cable Guy.
Oh man. Okay.
And then he also directed Zoolander, Tropic Thunder.
I forget he
Zoolander
directed
2,
Zoolander.
and then the Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which I heard was pretty good.
I heard like mixed things about it. But
Okay.
Yeah, and then he did like Zoolander too, but
Yeah, I did not hear good things
we
about
won't
that
we won't talk about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's got Ben Stiller obviously hilarious, and yeah, it's crazy just like who's like come out of this like in a weird way.
I don't really recognize too many people. I guess besides Paul Feig or Keenan Thompson, those are really the two
I just like people
big roles.
Yeah. Jerry Stiller, bro.
Yeah, Jerry Stiller.
George's
Is he still alive?
dad.
No,
he
Jerry
died.
Stiller, he
Years
died?
ago, yeah.
R.I.P.
Arthur from King of Queens. Have you ever seen King of Queens?
And
Jeffrey Tambor, Tim Blake Nelson.
right, yeah.
Like, yeah, there's just like random like big people who's like come out of this. But yeah, I don't know, man. This movie is
David Bowie. He got pretty
David
famous after this.
Bowie. But yeah, man, this movie is just it's one of those movies when once you like actually say it out loud, you're like, wow, this is actually a really wild movie. Like imagine trying to explain this to like a kid today. Like, oh yeah, there's a movie about this like
Fat
fat
camp.
camp. And they're like, what's fat camp? They're like, that's not okay. You can't use that word anymore or whatever. And they're like, and this freaking basically a sociopath takes it over and turns it into his own like, yeah, man, just kind of like almost internment camp. Almost, these kids aren't allowed. I mean, obviously, no kid's just allowed to leave any camp, but.
Well, yeah, there's a scene later on in the film where they break into his office and they find like a chest that's like locked and stuff, and they break it open and find all their letters that they thought they were sending home to their parents and everything, but he's been confiscating them and like keeping them.
And
So
it's because like he can't really let anyone know what he's doing.
right, yeah, he's trying to sell an infomercial.
Yeah,
He's using these kids.
He's filming
yeah.
this entire. I don't know if did we mention that? Yeah,
What?
that's like one of the main crux of the whole.
I think I kind of
movie.
like
He like brings in like a
let that
camera
part out.
guy to like document the whole thing. So
Right,
there's a
he's-
camera guy there.
He's
Yeah.
trying to make a infomercial to sell like this tape, this like weight loss tape, I guess, or just sell the idea of coming to this camp.
and he uses fat kids. Like that's
Right.
like the worst part, right? It's like he's using kids to promote his fat tape.
Yeah.
whatever.
Pretty
his weight
much,
loss
yeah.
tape. But yeah, and okay, so I mean, yeah, that was already pretty bad. But we were talking about like when he really went off the deep end. Like, where it's
Right.
like okay, now you've gotten too far, right? It's just like whatever. You took the kids' candy, blah blah blah. It makes sense, bro. Like these kids had like a candy store in their own bunk house, whatever cabin or whatever.
Right.
It was pretty insane. Like damn well no kid is losing weight while they're still all eating all that.
Yeah.
But-
Well, there's the scene where they're all getting weighed again, and everybody had gained weight at that point.
It's crazy because that's after, like, obviously that's after the candy got confiscated.
Yeah.
But that's like they were already on like the crazy strict worked out regimen for I don't know. It doesn't say exactly, but it seemed like a week or two because it's like. Are you gonna get weighed every week? I think 2 weeks seems normal, right? Like,
I don't
do
know.
like an official weigh-in or whatever.
Seeing how crazy his character was, I wouldn't doubt if it was every day.
See, but my other thing is like the only reason why I can't think it's like a very short amount of time is because as you see, like a lot of the kids just gain weight One kid gained 9 pounds.
Yeah,
there's no way that just happened in like a day or two.
A week, maybe. Yeah.
They said it was like the midway point. I think at that point. When
Okay.
they did that second weigh in. I think that was like the midway like of their.
I thought it's been like
camp.
either like 2 weeks or a month or something. Yeah. But yeah, like one kid like legit gained 9 pounds after the strict workout regimen, but they found another candy stash. But it was basically, I don't know. I think it was like that old kid who originally snitched him out was like the one who was like giving him the candy. Because he kept finding it in that false tree trunk or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, right.
He didn't snitch him out at that point.
No, he snitched him out before that.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah, I think it was later. He's the one like who started giving him all the candy back again or whatever.
For a price.
But yeah, man, this but yeah, I think Tony really started losing it when he just started getting rid of all the fun stuff. Like he popped the blob. Like come
right.
on,
That was party foul.
that was where he went too far. And then after that, it just gets so much worse. He like decommissions the go-karts, and then he makes people like he doesn't let kids eat for an entire day or like an entire like meal. It's like lunch is canceled for today due to lack of hustle. You know.
He does this whole like eye roll or not eye roll, but
Bro,
just
I love
like,
that he's by himself
whatever.
and he does it to himself. Like there's literally no one in the room with him, and he does like the, you know, like kind of shrug, like cocky, like head cock thing. I don't know, but
He's basically his character in Dodgeball in this movie. I have to point out.
yeah, if you've seen Dodgeball, you've basically met Tony Perkins before, but this is
the
way,
Disney version.
This is 9 years before Dodgeball came out.
Yeah, it's just the Disney version of Dodgeball.
Yeah. And apparently, Heavyweights was
of-
originally supposed to be a PG-13 movie.
Right.
So it's supposed to be more like a young adult audience, I guess.
I feel like this movie should have had a PG-13 rating at some points. Like they say, like Jerry Stiller says Jesus at one point. It's like Jesus.
That's
So,
it.
There's a couple things. They're like a kid sticks his ass in Jerry Stiller and Ben
But you don't
Stiller's
see
face.
his ass.
You don't
Yeah,
see his
you
ass.
see the side of his ass.
It's more like his thigh.
It's
Like-
the
it's
thighs.
more like his thigh, honestly.
Yeah. You get some side ass. And like I don't know. There's like a few like gross out scenes, I guess, where it's like
but I don't think anything like
kinda rides that
PG-13
line.
was like. I don't know. I think about some movies like Baby Geniuses is PG, and they use like the word like shit, like I think multiple times or something.
did they?
Yeah, it uses like something like
Baby geniuses?
yeah.
They say
You remember-
shit?
I remember they say shit.
Maybe
yeah.
ass. Like
Oh,
don't
damn.
think
I
they
don't
say
think they say
shit.
shit, bro.
yeah,
We'll have
shit.
to
Like
double
that's
check
pretty
that
much
one.
PG-13. Maybe they can get away with the one on PG, but like
Maybe crap.
You say like damn.
yeah,
Crap
probably
okay,
crap.
PG?
Crap would be okay on
Okay,
PG.
yeah. Because I remember like it was one of the babies like talking whatever shit. It was like, oh, listen here, like crap breath. I was thinking shit breath, but maybe it was just crap breath. Anyways, but yeah, this movie. I don't know. I don't really think there's anything PG-13 about it except the kind of like weird child abuse going
Yeah.
on. You know,
Yeah.
It's a pretty touchy subject.
Well, apparently there's supposed to be a on the Blu-ray edition of this movie. You can see the deleted scenes in some of them, or like there's some like dick jokes in some of them.
Oh, okay. I just saw that they said in the deleted scenes there's like a lot darker scenes that would make the movie like
Right.
really
Oh,
not
yeah.
for kids, I guess.
Well,
Also,
one of the scenes I saw was the main kid put like made a dick into what are those like? It's not an etch a sketch. The things with all the pins in it, and you can leave an
press something-
impression.
Yeah. I know what
Yeah,
you're
he
talking
like
about,
made
yeah.
a dick into it and like put it back on Tony's shelf or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the kids also said that Tony's wiener was skinny.
yeah, he's skinny. wiener.
They do.
So
say
that's
that, yeah.
PG-13 esque.
You got a skinny wiener.
Skinny wiener.
But yeah, man. So, yeah, Tony Perkins and his freaking goon squad, which you only really see one person kind of do anything, which is Lars, like the main camp counselor, who's this. I don't want to say Nazi-esque, like, you know, fitness counselor, but he's uber German, like has a hard German accent. To the point where I was like, is this a real German accent or is he just like really leaning into it?
Apparently, he's from Chicago, so
Okay. Well, he did a great job, honestly. He killed it.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
dude was such a good villain for, you know, most of the movie.
This feels like they definitely try to play him off as like a Nazi, so you know that this
Nazi-esque,
squad coming
yeah.
in is like very strict and authoritarian.
The Gestapo.
yeah. They eventually threaten him with deportation.
Right? Oh my
And
God,
then
that's
they get him
hilarious.
to
Fat
join.
kids do, by the
Yeah,
way.
the fat
the
kids.
good guys.
The good guys,
Threaten
yeah.
him with deportation.
Yeah, I'm starting to think they weren't all that good. They're threatening him with deportation to make him join, like flip and join their side, I guess.
Yeah, so I love that. Like, okay, the candy raid scene. That's the same scene where the not Goldberg, because his name is different in this movie. What's his?
One of the kids.
Yeah, he's
Josh.
Like, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean Weiss. You're right. Yeah, Josh. He plays the Seymour Butts joke or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, and then that gets him basically expelled from the camp.
Right.
But I do love like that editing where like, bro, it was like literally like you would think if this is the end of the movie, this is the part where they would show like this dude's like last final moment in the movie, and then it's just like, and he was never seen again or something like that, or he died 6 months later from something.
Yeah, they like freeze
frame.
frame on him, and then the screen starts turning white.
It's
Except
like a white cloud.
white cloud,
Like,
except
fade out.
for a circle around his face,
Yeah,
and it's
so think
like,
of an in memoriam picture where they
Right,
have, like,
yeah.
just like a white like light around him.
and then the next scene, they're like, oh, we didn't see him again or something like that,
then I think
and
you
his
hear
butt.
Tony on the megaphone.
Yeah, he's like,
oh, we have a bunk free now, thanks to Mr. whatever
Josh Birnbaum
Birnbaum. Yeah,
is no longer with us.
He's no longer with us. Yeah,
Yeah, and his mattress, his bunk is all like folded up and stuff.
dark, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what? Oh, dude, one part that had me dying because it's so it could be edited easily to look so terrible. But when Tony's doing the raid, right, or whatever, and he's like, it's okay, Garrett, which is like the main, or not Garrett, Gary. Yeah, he's like, it's okay, Gary. It's just like, I'm still your buddy. He's like, come on, give me a hug. And then he like drops down and he just drops down. And he like starts like
Yeah, that was on Keenan's
Oh, that was
character.
Keenan. My
Yeah,
bad. I don't know why I thought
Roy.
it was Gary. Yeah, you're right. He's just like he drops down out of frame, and then he like you see him like feeling his like socks or whatever, and he pulls out like a Pez dispenser. He's just like, "Ooh, big boys packing," and I'm like, "Bro, what?"
Yeah. He unloads it,
yeah.
unloads all the Pez's and gives it back to him.
He unloaded that clip, bro. He's like, "Da, da, 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 da." Yeah.
And then after he left, you know that the kids probably like ate all the pets off.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
know,
just
right?
picked it up off the floor, I'm sure.
But yeah, it's just so funny because I remember thinking like, bro, like if he said that line with him like out of frame when he drops down, that looked really bad. He's just like, ooh, big boy's packing. But yeah, bro, that shit was so close to being really inappropriate.
Yeah, that would have made it PG-13 for sure.
It's like when Plankton says "Daddy, yes" in the
Oh yeah, that was weird.
you know, in any other context that'd be terrible, but right one.
Yeah, man. This okay, so Bentley. Okay, so me and RJ have seen this movie. I
Yeah.
watched this movie not religiously as a kid, but I've watched it quite a bit. I had it on VHS.
Yeah,
as a kid.
I never owned it as a kid, but it came on Disney Channel a lot.
Yeah.
And anytime it came on, I pretty much tried to catch it.
Yeah.
So I saw it multiple times. But the last time I did see it was probably about 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know I watched this like, never mind. I probably watched this like 3 years ago, to be honest. But yeah, it's still been a few years. But yeah, dude, like I somehow forgot that. Oh, I'll bring it up later because it's towards the end of the movie. But Bentley, okay, so you've never fully seen this movie, right?
I think back like a long time ago, my grandma like probably recorded it on some TV channel or something on a VHS tape. So then when I went over to her place, I'd like watch it.
Okay.
So I've seen it like once, I think.
Okay. Did you remember this movie? Like when you
I remembered a good like a chunk of it, especially the scene where they're like hiding the candy.
Oh yeah,
away.
dude, that's like one of the most famous scenes.
Yeah, that's a very
honestly.
memorable
Yeah.
scene.
The editing on that
But-
scene is top notch, dude.
Mhm.
Like, I love it. It's just like whatever download or whatever, and then just everyone starts whipping out all their candy and stuff like
Right.
that. Oh, we almost skipped over the British kid. Like, you know, he had like too many chocolates on his like whatever.
Yeah, he had
was
too
like-
many chocolate, or he said it was too hot on the bus.
Yeah,
So
he's
all the
like-
chocolates that he had taped around his
Trying to do it
chest.
in a British accent. It was too. Nah,
I
you can
mean,
do a better British accent than us. I knew it was too
Chocolate
hot.
melted.
Just talk like one of the Beatles, man.
Yeah, talking like Ringo.
Oh, the chocolate melted.
Yeah, they all sound the same to me.
Yeah.
But
That
yeah,
could have been Ringo or John or Paul or George.
But yeah, so like this one of the British kid who's probably like the smallest kid of the group, honestly. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he was a little husky, but I wouldn't say he was like fat.
yeah,
I feel like
think
a
he was,
lot of the kids
fat.
weren't super fat, honestly. Like most of them are really just kind of husky. Like
Well,
none of them are
in
like
today's comparison, yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Like,
Oh,
those
yeah,
kids
yeah.
would be like, it's okay. But yeah, some kids are pretty fat. Some kids are just kind of like pretty chubby to husky. And like, yeah,
like
more like
Keenan
the chubby-
Thompson a little bit.
A
Ian
lot of
Thompson is
Bobby
basically
Hill
the- yeah.
size kids.
That's kind of what I thought about. Yeah, kind of like the British kid, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, he gets chocolate melted on his belly, and then all the kids run after, like, just tackle him and start licking his stomach.
one kid just like wipes it off.
was,
He's just like
interesting.
this is not sanitary, and then licks his own hand, and everyone's like, hey, everyone get some.
Get a taste of England.
Yeah, get a taste of
Get a
England.
taste
And
of
they all start like
England.
licking his stomach, which is you only see for like half a second because obviously that's. I'm sure the director was like, okay, that was weird. Now that we think about it, it's right. Maybe it would have looked worse if they completely cut out that scene. Like, imagine
Why'd you film it if you didn't put it in the movie? Huh? You sick fucks.
But I know I was more thinking like, imagine like they cut that scene out and then we heard rumors like, oh yeah, there was a rumor that there was like a scene where like all the kids just start licking the British kid's stomach. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
covered in chocolate.
that probably would have made it a little bit worse.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly. But yeah, so that was another scene that definitely would not get made today. I mean, besides the whole movie, we're just talking specific scenes. That's one of them.
Pretty gross out. I think they're just trying to do like gross out
Now,
humor.
like you like
but
immediately
just-
pointed that out. They're just licking chocolate off the kid's stomach, and I was like, yeah, they're not
I
really
just-
like defending that scene.
I just imagine like being the director and like having to like instruct kids as a job.
Yeah.
Like instead of them going to school, they're licking chocolate off of like a kid's stomach to get paid.
Which one
Wild
will we
world
stomach?
Hollywood is.
Right.
Yeah, dude. It's like if Dan Schneider did this fucking movie,
Oh,
it'd be
God.
like everyone would be like, yo, like, do you
So
remember that
true.
scene from Heavyweights?
It
Everyone would
all
be
makes sense now.
like, yeah. Oh, how come we didn't catch on sooner? You know. But I'm pretty sure. I hope this director isn't a creep. But
Yeah, I thought it was gross out. Like,
yeah,
90s.
it's a pretty funny scene though. I mean, I just love that whole the download scene, anyways. But yeah, man. So Tony really starts losing it because like no.
Yeah,
one's
what's the
losing
point,
it, right?
Emilio? What is the point where he really loses his cred?
I told you it's when
What is it?
when he pops the blob.
When he pops the blob,
Yeah.
that's the triggering thing.
Yeah,
So
'cause
that
making a-
justifies kidnapping and false imprisonment and like
It's camp. It's neither of those things. You'd actually be like sued if you let the kid go. You know, like if the kid escaped or whatever, and he's like, that's just like negligent or whatever. But I'm telling you, man, like I thought it was okay. Like, you know, getting rid of the candy makes sense. Making him eat healthy makes sense. But then you just start getting rid of all the fun things in the camp. Like he went too far. And then it just gets so much worse after that.
Yeah.
Like all the like whatever hours long hikes or whatever. He's like, we're gonna climb that mountain over there, guys.
Yeah,
It's
he takes
mile
him on a
hike.
20-mile hike,
Yeah.
and then after the 20 miles, I guess they do some type of meditation, and
Tai
then
Chi.
some tai chi, I guess. And then he tells them they're gonna climb a 1,000-foot rock face.
Yeah.
Without like just with their hands and feet,
Bare-
like no equipment.
Yeah.
It's like, I know you guys can do it. Okay.
He really believes in them, bro. Like I'm telling you, like Tony was like, he wasn't that close to being a good guy, but forget that like second half, he was an okay guy. He was just really weird.
Mhm.
And then, so this is when they devise a plan to, I don't know, just a plan of revenge, I guess. There was on their hike up there was a little like hole in the ground that was covered by a couple planks.
Yeah.
And one kid almost fell in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so they decided to play this prank on Tony where,
That's Stiller's
oh,
character.
yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
tell him, if you can't see or hear, can you still do a sit up? And he's like, of course, let me show you.
Yeah.
So, you know, gets down in the position. They put a bandana on his face so he can't see. And then he says, okay, go, on 3, go. And Sean stands on top of him with his pants down. So when
Oh, and Sean does come back, by the way.
right, or not Sean. What's his name in the movie? Josh. Sean Weiss is the actor.
Josh. He comes back because he says his dad was a lawyer, and he's like, I didn't get a refund, so my kid gets to come back or whatever.
Yeah, so he wasn't killed, thankfully. We were spared that information,
he
thankfully.
wasn't fed to the other kids, as Bentley suggested at some point of the movie. We're like, oh,
fed in the chili, you know, for the kids.
So he's Josh is standing above Tony with his pants down. So when Tony does the sit up, the blindfold comes off, and he's staring directly at this kid's ass, which angers him. So he starts chasing him. And after a little bit of time,
like,
Josh
my hamstring
makes a hamstring injury, where and then Tony, who's like still coming after him, like falls right into this open pit that we were talking about.
You're one of the 73% of Americans who are gonna have to stretch before an exercise or whatever.
Yeah, so he falls into this open pit, and they end up just capturing him at that point, and then they keep him hostage.
Yeah, they make a makeshift prison in the shed kind of thing.
With an like electrified fence, I guess.
Yeah, they use like a bug lantern or something to
bug zapper, fly swat, whatever.
Right, yeah, one of those blue glowing like bug zapper lamps.
Yeah.
Which that's like 4 felonies all in one fell swoop. I don't know.
Yeah, we already got false imprisonment. I don't know. Is that considered a booby trap? Because those are illegal too.
Setting up a booby trap. Yeah, that's one.
Being held high. Yeah, I don't know, man. So many crimes in this movie. But I mean, there was crimes from like the child abuse part, whatever. Since Tony took over.
They just, one hand wipes the other. They wash off.
It was just the kidnapping's just and the electric fence is justified.
I love Tony when they're like, because it's such a dumb question, right? Like, oh, if you can't see or hear, can you still do a sit-up? He's like, of course. And he's just like, really, Uncle Tony? He's like, yeah, let me show you. And he's like, there's a lot of myths about the abdominals. He's like, I like to put this one to rest. I was like, what? Like, what myth? Like, Tony was pretty dumb, bro. Like, he's a really dumb guy, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, like a great character though. Like he's really funny part of the movie.
Yeah, he's probably one of the greatest Disney villains. Honestly, like
I would think so.
I put him up there, bro. Like I have to really think about it, but
one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, honestly, one of the most believable too. Honestly,
I think he's really a misunderstood hero, guys. Honestly, he's just really trying to like.
He just wants to make the world healthy.
Yeah, he's a businessman, and he like is trying to help the kids at the same time. He's
a nepo baby, bro.
His personality is just a little
RFK
rough.
Jr. Man.
Right? I'm just kidding, by the way.
Yeah,
he is the most I think the bad guys are the most entertaining thing about this movie.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, like Lars was fantastic. Obviously, Tony was incredible. Yeah, there's some really good villains in this movie, man. You know who the worst villains were? The unredeemable ones. The camp MVP, bro, or whatever. Those kids, the fit kids,
the
sports camp
or
whatever.
Door, basically.
Those kids are
camp across the lake.
Camp Chad.
The camp Refugi, Those kids were just fucking assholes, bro. And then the worst thing was like their counselor completely encouraged the behavior. Like they kept trashing their camp and the freaking dude was driving them on the boat there to freaking vandalize a fat camp. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, he was not.
Also, the camp's name is Camp Hope. We just completely skipped over that part, but yeah.
At first, but they changed it to like
the Perkins
system or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think it was Camp Perkins or anything, but yeah. The Perkins system.
Camp Hope, yeah.
Perkis,
yeah.
Perkis, yeah. And it's, man. No, fuck those kids, honestly. And that counselor, I'm telling you, dude, they were the worst. They were worse than Tony. That's all I'm saying.
Even after the end, after the whole obstacle course thing, they could have redeemed themselves and said oh, you got us this time. We get you every year, but you got us this time. Bro, way to go.
Even Johnny Lawrence congratulated Ralph Macchio at the end of Karate Kid. He's like, Danny, way to go. Way to go, Danny.
Way to go to Danny.
Yeah, you deserve this.
I feel like the MVP kids should have had more of a comeuppance at the end of this movie for being such assholes. But all that really happens is the guy throws the trophy in the lake and he's like, gotcha. It's
Yeah.
like,
But
okay, I
but
got
they
that.
but the fat kids won the trophy, so they
Yeah,
threw
they
their
won.
they threw their own trophy into the lake. I know it was
that's
supposed to
not really-
it was supposed to be like a symbol for like, oh, we don't
really
need
care
this.
about-
Yeah,
yeah,
we don't care
need-
about
yeah,
this. We don't need this. You know, you guys care about this more than we do. But it was like we still want it, so it's like
Yeah.
it's not. Even if you just give them the trophy, it's like they didn't technically win it. So
yeah,
I
right.
feel like someone
yeah.
should have like car bombed them or something. Like they deserve more of a comeuppance
Oh, okay.
for being such assholes.
Today
they all get on the bus to go across back around to the other side of the lake, and it just blows up.
Yeah, one of the kids rigged it.
Blows up.
One of the kids rigged it, and the guys like gives him a
The
thumbs
English
up.
kid.
Like, good job, kid.
The English kid, he's not English, bro. He's Irish.
Good job, kid.
That's
You
how we
really
handle
told
things
him.
back in Ireland.
Police never have to hear about this.
But yeah, I love so the kids reveal that like after capturing Tony, they reveal to the cool adults that they like, you know.
Yeah, the good counselors.
Yeah, the good counselors and the,
The
nurse,
enablers.
like what they've done. That's a good way to.
Bentley has a complete different like perspective of this movie than we do.
I'm just kidding.
Nah, I
It's,
think
it's a
on
funny
Tony's side.
perspective.
I think he's on Tony's side, though.
He's the misunderstood hero, guys.
I forgot what other movie they always say that about. Where like, if you really look at it differently, it's like they're actually the good guys in this movie.
He's like the Thanos, you know. It's like
he's just trying to fix the world,
Uh-huh.
like the universe.
misunderstood.
It's a little extreme measures, but you know, overall, he's just trying to do the right thing.
You can say that about a lot of movies. I'm
Dude,
sure,
Joker, he was fighting for the soul of Gotham, for good or bad, I don't know, but you know, the point is, they had the same goal. Anyways, yeah, dude. So they reveal to the cool adults what they've done, and they come show them where they're holding Tony hostage. And yeah, it's like in this tool shed, and there's like chicken wire and just like bed frames because it's like the spring part, just like as the walls. And you see him trying to grab the wall, and he gets like, oh, that's a different scene where he like actually like grabs the wall and he gets like electrocuted, and then that's where you see like the bug zapper is the electric source. And bro, I'm telling you, I think he liked it though, low-key. 'Cause, like the kids were like, "Whoa!" and then he goes, "Wow!" and then I was like, "Bro, wow? Who says that when you know they're in pain or whatever?"
Yeah. He
Yeah.
probably
Don't like
got off on it.
athletes electrocute their muscles and stuff. Isn't that like a thing?
Electros, I don't know, like some like electrolysis.
Stimulus.
like-
Electrolysis. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think electrolysis has to do with like hair growth. I don't know why I'm thinking like electrolysis.
Probably, I don't know.
Mhm.
We're
It's like
stupid.
electric like stimulation or whatever.
Right.
But yeah.
So yeah, he was on to something. He's getting gains touching that fence.
But, yeah. But our main counselor, Pat Finley, he's like, no, we can't do this, guys. Like, this is wrong. And he's literally helping Tony. He like untapes his mouth. He's like, Tony, we're so sorry about this. And then Tony, again, like the idiot he is, immediately threatens the man. He's like, I'm gonna deliver a groin kick so hard that like whatever. That he just like covers his mouth like with tape again, and they're like, all right, like, do we need any extra rope? Because I'm pretty sure he's like, we can tie him up even more.
He threatens the man who tries to save him, which
Yeah.
at that point I feel like that's when
Very
it's justified.
biting the hand that feeds you kind of situation.
That was my line for
Yeah.
him, is when he deserves to get fucked up.
Yeah,
Right there.
He says, "Eat this," and then just fucking puts the tape on his mouth. He should have though. But yeah, so then all the cool adults are like, you know what? This is actually a really good idea. Let's keep this going. And then they kidnap the other counselor. the rest of the,
they tie him up in the woods.
yeah, the rest of the perk is Gestapo.
And then
you
kick him in the
know?
nuts for good measure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Oh,
they
they're
also
good
put honey on their chest.
Yeah.
on Lars.
On Lars.
Yeah, he's like, they tell him like, oh, gotta watch out for bears, you know, or whatever. I love Lars is like, oh, like, no, please come back. You know, like, I have candy. I think it's something he says.
Yeah, and then the kid runs up and punches him in the dick.
Oh, little one. Yeah. Bro, Lars is hilarious, bro. I always loved
I
the
thought that was
buddies.
peak comedy when I was like 6 years old. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, look at this German guy. He's
Yeah.
scared. He's afraid of this.
Back in.
No, he's afraid of this deer or whatever.
Oh, right, all right, when he comes back. Yeah, okay, I forgot about Yeah, we didn't even mention that part. Yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah. So, yeah, he was afraid of the bears, so obviously,
Yeah.
with the honey on his chest when he was all tied up. But
And we hear him screaming.
We hear him
so
screaming.
They go back because they're like, "Oh my god, maybe there is a bear." Kind of like
and it's just a little deer, you know,
just
Bambi.
Like, he's like, "No, don't leave me." Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, Lars is hilarious. I don't know why, but I always like crack up at the scene where like they're at the lake and they're like, "Aren't you worried about one of the kids drowning or whatever?" Like no, we have the body system.
Oh yeah, the body system.
Body, like buddy. Body, and he does that like 3 times.
Body.
See, don't pee in there. And then he's
Yeah.
like, don't drink that water. He peed in there. Yeah, dude, it's fucking.
That's a big leg.
Yeah.
Whenever he says body, they're like the kids are like holding hands in the water and they have to like lift them up.
Yeah,
So I'm
like
like, how are they
right
staying
there, yeah.
afloat? While,
Yeah.
like their arms are just above the water. How are they doing that?
He's like throwing kids into the lake, which is like
Yeah.
kind of normal, but yeah. I love how like still like what's his face? Josh, he's just chilling on the
Yeah, he's just
dock
chilling out on the
entire
side.
time. He's like, yeah.
It was his buddy, man.
I know, right?
he
Like,
just kept
that's
raising
even
his arm.
drowned,
Yeah, I was like, oh,
bro.
buddy, whatever.
Is that how the body system works?
See, that's the flawed part about the buddy system. If you need both people to participate, if one doesn't participate, there's no fucking point. Dude.
Yeah.
Huge flaw in the body system.
Or if both bodies in the body system are gone.
Even worse, yeah. That's worst case scenario, literally. But yeah, so I don't know. Lars is hilarious, bro. Again, and so was Tony. I'm telling you, man, the worst people in this movie were the camp MVP kids and the guy counselor.
Yeah, I mean, Tony was pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, especially like at the
least
end
he
when
was-
they
at
really
least
show you the
he was
footage.
funny, though. At least he was funny
Exactly.
though. But yeah, so the adults take over back the camp, and you know, even Pat Finley's like, you know what, guys, but we're here to do one thing, and we should like stick to that thing, and they're like, we're gonna like help lose some weight or whatever.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
they
go-
throw
This
this
is
whole
after they like have
Yeah.
a food coma.
Yeah, they have.
Oh right, yeah, you're right. That's
After capturing them, and then they just kind of celebrate, and they have this big party and order all these pizza. You see like a line
Bro,
of
there was,
delivery,
like, there was, like,
delivery
pizzas,
food
there was,
people
like, one of those,
coming.
like party subs. Like I'm pretty sure I saw buckets of chicken. You know,
Right.
like KFC or something just coming in.
Yeah, you see Tim, I think it was his name, the guy played by Paul Feig, who was
Yeah.
the former fat counselor who's now like lost weight, so they like make fun of him for being skinny.
Yeah,
He's like dancing around this bonfire that they're having, with like pouring chocolate
Chocolate
sauce on his
yeah.
chest and stuff, and yeah, it was
real
really
like
funny.
ex-fat kid activities for sure.
Yeah.
Right? You know he misses it. He misses just gorging out. I'm
Ima-
still wondering where they got the money for all this freaking food, bro. Like I just saw one of them with like a wad of cash just paying like the delivery people.
Well,
and
that
I'm
was
like,
that was the kid who was like buying them all this stuff and putting it in the
oh, okay.
the fake tree stump.
The one that like snitched them out originally.
Right, yeah. So-
okay.
One of the kids was parents is a lawyer, so could have been him.
Yeah.
Paid for
Oh,
it.
yeah. That was Josh. Josh's dad is a lawyer. But yeah, so they had like this super
Josh.
ultimate like campfire celebration thing where they just like literally put themselves like in a diabetic coma. But then Paul Finley the next day is like, you know, we had fun, guys, but we should learn like responsibility, and you know, we're gonna do it together, but in a good, safe way. So they start like working, you know, they go on walks or speed walks, whatever. They really start like exercising, kind of like learning
showing that
nutrition and
he's
stuff.
like making it fun for them. The kids are actually enjoying it and
yeah,
stuff.
something Tony could have done. Like,
Right.
you know, just decided to be like a fucking dictator about the whole thing. Yeah, so you know, things are like turning around, and then Parents' Day comes around.
Right. All the
And-
parents come to see
And they
the
kind of realize, like, okay, we have to explain what happened, you know? So,
Right.
so, like, we made this little movie, and it's like, you think it's like a nice little highlight video about whatever the time in summer so far, and then you realize, like, oh no, it's an expose on Tony Perkins and why he's like an evil monster.
right. Yeah, because I guess Tony didn't pay the guy who was filming
camera guy, yeah,
the
yeah,
camera guy
yeah.
who was filming the infomercial for him.
So he
So
said he owed him $600, and think about that in '95. That's a shit ton of money.
That's
dude.
pretty decent. Yeah,
that's a
decent
good
pay.
amount of money. Yeah.
And so then the Pat and the good camp counselors, they decide to like buy the film footage back from the camera guy so they can make this expose on him. So because he was filming the entire time.
Yeah.
There was the one scene where Tony was like starting to freak out on the kids. I think it was during the weigh-in scene.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, he turned to the camera guy and he's like, okay, turn off the camera. but you could see like
He's
he's
a
off in the background. You can still see the red light on the camera. So it's
I
like
noticed
if
that.
you're paying attention, you could see like this guy's gonna eventually fuck him over probably.
Okay. Yeah, man, because he really snapped at them when he realized that they're all still gaining weight or whatever.
Yeah. So he uses all this footage of him like freaking out on the kids and like
The footage is way worse than what you actually see in the movie. I feel like he's like
Oh, yeah,
stepping on
the worst
kids
parts
doing the
yeah.
push-ups and stuff.
Yeah, the worst part was the expose part. Yeah, or you see the worst parts, anyways.
right. So and then that in turn shows all the parents who came for Parents' Day like what they were enduring by this
Like,
crazy
how bad
man.
it's really been, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also saw like earlier, like that the parents, well, maybe not all of them, but at least Jerry's dad, Jerry's dad, he really wasn't listening because he's just like, they popped the blob, there's no more go-karts or whatever. And he's like, I'm not paying for go-kart camp or whatever.
Right.
Just like letting him know that he's not really like taking in his complaints seriously. And yeah, it's pretty bad. I love like the cinematic masterpiece that was a scene where they find the rat and they're like, oh my god, yeah, it's like finally meat or whatever, and they like start eating like the rat. Like, I love how like the mom was like, oh god, I think I'm gonna be
the nerd. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they was like, oh god, I think I'm gonna be sick, and then like Pat and Tim, and they're like, nice work with that, guys. And it's like, yeah, we thought it needed a little spice. They're like, it needed to be a little spicy,
A little touch of propaganda.
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Just a slight exaggeration for what Tony has actually been putting him through. But yeah.
So then at this point, Tony escapes from his cell or whatever.
Yeah.
He tricks the English kid who's supposed to be watching guard on him. He with his dinner that they had prepared for him. It was a baked potato like wrapped in foil.
Yep.
So he takes a piece of the foil and makes it into like a mock Hershey's Kiss and offers it. He also
he shorts out
the electric fence. Yeah, he like puts his fork into the lamp.
Yeah, and he had
the
like
bug
a
lamp.
napkin wrapped around the handle so he doesn't get electrocuted
Right.
when he shorts it out. He really thought it through, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
He presents this fake Hershey's kits. He starts like egging on the kid. Like he presents the fake.
He's like, come here. He's like, throw it. And then he's like, but it'll smush or whatever. Like,
Right. You've been doing a good job. Your queen would be proud.
Your queen would be proud was one of my favorite, like, because there was so many disses towards the British kid from like, I love he's like later when he's just like, I'll show you what it means to be a true American or something like that.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
He's like dissing him for being British, which I love because, fuck that country. But still, man, that shit was hilarious, man. Yeah, your queen would be proud. Bro, I'm so going to use that. There's some fucking British people if I ever get to meet them.
So anyway, he ends up sneaking out of his cell and kind of crashes the party or crashes the video showing and the video that they're showing to all the parents.
Bro, he's on the second floor window.
Yeah,
okay, for the people who haven't seen it, there's no second floor. It's just like a super high up window, so
Just
he parkoured his way up there from the outside.
Right. He's a crazy man.
Yeah.
He does like a front flip down, like a good 10, 15 feet at least.
Yeah, and remember, he's been held captive for a minute now, so he's all like dirty.
Probably a couple days.
His
Yeah,
clothes are ripped. He's like barely eating, which is probably fine for him. But
It's not a good first impression for the parents.
yeah.
right. Yeah.
None of the parents met him. Remember, like, because he shows up on day 2, and the parents are only there for the drop off or whatever. Or not even most of them.
Most of them probably weren't even there for drop off.
Because a lot of them flew in. Never mind. Yeah, so none of them ever met him.
He doesn't really explain to the parents like, "Hey, your kids like kidnapped me," and these adults are like
Nope,
involved in it. He just goes on this maniacal rant that does.
Well,
like,
he
starts smashing glasses and walking
stepping
over
on it.
them
He's like,
barefoot.
He's like, I am strong. just like walking on it. And then he saw the entire propaganda film because he was just like, oh, I love the cinematography.
the editing techniques.
Yeah. Making Tony look real bad. And like, it's funny when you like, throughout the movie, he just refers to himself as like little Tony or like the second voice, like little Tony, And yeah, so he smashes like 3 glasses, I think, like walks over them. And then Jerry's dad just punches him in the stomach.
Right.
Like, yeah, you're done. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
and then he like gets up and like double karate chops him in the back. He's like, "Die!" And he's like just drops. He's just like, "You can't defeat me."
He then does like a triple back handspring
Yeah.
down the aisle, and then
through the glass.
through the glass, and then slips and like hits his head on the wall and knocks himself out. And then that's he's done now. So they call his dad what they call him, the lighting fixture king of Western Pennsylvania, Tony Perkis Sr.
Yeah.
And he comes in
Also played by Ben Stiller.
Also played by Ben Stiller.
Old man makeup.
Yeah, picks him up and like, I don't know, sends him away to get help, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
And he then presents Pat with the keys to the place. And
he tells me he's gonna shut it down and everyone's gonna get a refund or whatever. And then that's when they're like, "No, like we want to stay." And then he's like, "I just need an adult." And then they're like, Pat. You know, they're all
who's
like,
been here the longest?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, 3 years, 1 year, 4 years," and he's like 18 years. Jesus, man, what have you been doing with yourself?
Fair question, bro. Yeah, because he's working at a fat camp for 18 years, and I don't think he's gotten better. You know?
Right.
I mean, we didn't see pictures of him from 18 years ago, but that can't be a good result unless he was like 600 pounds before that.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, that's he's they cheer him on like, all right, there you go. So Pat becomes like the new like main counselor running the camp. And I love Tony when he's being walked to the limo because they have him wrapped in a blanket like he's like a victim, like like in the movies where like you see like a house fire victim and then they're just outside with like a blanket wrapped around them sipping on some cocoa.
Right,
South Park always makes fun of. And like I love
Community
like,
ass crack.
He looks so like sad. He's like, okay.
And is he getting arrested? He's getting arrested, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to a limo.
He is?
Yeah,
Ben Stiller's character?
Yeah, Tony, he's just being walked to a limo.
Okay.
Yeah, I think his dad just like sends him away to like get help or something.
Yeah, he's like he's gonna get the help he needs or whatever, knowing that his son's probably like a sociopath.
Right. Then he ends up becoming White Goodman in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
But I do love that, like while this whole like thing about like what's happening in the camp is going on, like it cuts to Tony in the limo, and you just see him like put the window down, and he's just looking like all sad, like
it's when they're cheering Pat. It was like Pat, Pat,
like
Pat.
the window just goes barely like before his eyes, and he has like these puppy dog eyes. Like he's all like upset about like that could have been me, you know. Very envious. Yeah, man. So yeah, that happens. He takes over, and then they start getting ready for the Apache relay.
The Apache relay, which is like, I don't know, an obstacle course that they do against Camp MVP, the real villains of this movie.
It's half triathlon, half academic decathlon.
Well, yeah, they say it was a obstacle course, the Hall of Intelligence, which is supposed to be like, I guess like a intelligence, you know.
There's a lot of history stuff.
A lot of history,
Okay.
you know.
Quiz.
The
Oh, there was
quiz,
math.
quiz
Yeah.
tests.
Yeah, it was
type
like
thing.
actual like school stuff. Yeah.
And then a Grand Prix, which is a go-kart race at the end.
Yeah. Which was, I don't know, it was pretty cool. You know, like obviously the jocks or, Camp MVP was winning basically the whole first half because the whole first half was nothing but physical stuff.
Right. And then
the moment when they finally started coming back was the shaving the balloon.
yeah, they had to shave a balloon. And Josh does it perfectly because there's a scene earlier in the movie where
he's shaving.
He's shaving. Yeah,
and he has no facial hair, guys.
Right,
It's
no
if you remember
facial
the movie, he
hair.
has no facial hair
And Jerry asks him like, "Oh, how long have you been shaving for?" And he's like, "Oh, 2 years." he's like 11, 12 years old at this point, probably.
Yeah, I think he's like, I don't know,
at
like
max
13.
like 13.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
like 13 to 15, honestly. But yeah. So, but yeah, clearly no facial hair yet, but he's been shaving for 2 years for whatever reason.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, because I know they say Jerry is 11, and I know
okay.
like they have to all be a couple years apart at least. You know,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
I feel like the two biggest kids at like 13 and 15 for some reason. It's more like that.
Yeah, maybe. Who
Yeah, but I
knows?
don't think
Yeah, I feel
anyone's
like
like past that.
that kid with the mustache must have been like 15 or something.
Yeah, the
he's
really
the
big
tall
one.
Yeah, the really tall one. Yeah. I don't think he says a whole line during the movie, right?
He does when they're breaking into the his Tony's
Oh, right. He's like, he's coming.
office.
Yeah. You're right. That's the only line.
That's pretty much like the only line he says. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You can tell he's like the super like shy, gentle giant kind of kid. But yeah. So Yeah, the MVP dominates the first half. Literally, it's like a rock climbing wall, and then like a sack race.
Yeah, the potato sack racing.
Yeah.
Probably some other things I can't
like
remember
a
right
biking
now.
part. I think I was like, I don't know. It's just
think
your
there's
typical like
biking,
exercises, whatever.
Gauntlet.
And then it all turns around when the shaving of the balloon happens because Josh kills it. You know, he goes, and then they go to the Hall of Intelligence or whatever.
Yeah, and then that's when they actually take over because
Yeah.
the English kid is like smart as fuck.
Yeah.
And he knows more U.S. history than
Yeah,
the dumb jocks, I guess.
Yeah, I remember because like one was just like a really like long math question or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
It was like solve for X, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh,
I love that.
11.
Yeah, like the Einstein guy was like, no. He's like 9. He's like, is the answer 9? He's like, no, 9 is German for no.
Well, yeah, because he's dressed up as
Albert
Einstein. So
Yeah, and then I forgot to mention Lars actually joins the fat kids and the rest of everyone else on being like the good side. Basically,
right, yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
So he dresses up like Andy Warhol, right?
I think it's supposed to be Andy Warhol. He's doing like an art.
That was him. That was Lars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does like an art history thing where you just like answer what's the painting, who painted it, kind of situation.
Right, and the English kid knocks that out of the park, of course.
And then we get to the vice president's question, like name 5 vice presidents, which I was like, come on, bro. Like, who really knows vice presidents? Unless that vice president became a president, I probably like.
Which a lot of them did.
Which a lot of them did, right?
You could have just named, like, in rapid succession, just start naming off, like, actual U.S.
That's
presidents,
true.
and you probably would have got it.
Yeah, but the jock kid's struggling, you know, and then the British kid shows him lists 5 freaking American vice presidents back to back, like it's freaking nothing.
Name's
like
Agnew, like it's nothing, bro.
Spiro Agnew, bro. I had to look who that was Richard Nixon.
That's Nixon's guy.
I just know that because of Futurama.
Yeah, that's Agnew, the guy with the body. Like,
he's the body of
Nixon around.
Oh,
Richard Nixon's head. Like he carries him around. He's like, "Come on, Spiro."
Yeah. But yeah, so
then the English kid though he hits him with the "You Americans have no sense of history."
And that's true, honestly. A little bit.
Think back, 1776, bitch.
Yeah, no, dude, that's all I'm saying. Like, are you really one to talk shit, bro? Like, the world knows our history, all right? Like, people knew British history, but that's kind of like done and over with, honestly. Like, y'all had your time. But yeah, so then we get to the final, the Grand Prix, which is this awesome go-kart race, which is super cool. I love that they use they made this go-kart specifically for like heavier kids. It's like reinforced and like big tires and a freaking boat motor on it. You know?
Yeah, they steal the boat motor off of the Camp MVP's boat.
Bro, which
So yeah, now theft. There's another felony.
It was when they were coming to the fat camp to vandalize it.
Yeah. True.
So they had some comeuppance.
They already did vandalize it before that.
Yeah.
So they totally had it coming. But dude, boats are expensive. Fixing boats extremely expensive. I can't imagine how much it would cost to replace that motor,
right?
Or whatever. But yeah, you know, they strap a freaking V8 on this thing, you know, whatever. Power stroke and shit.
It's got like the turbo fucking it has like a handle on the side. Like a
if you ever seen Fast and Furious, you know what we're talking about, you know. Gotta loosen up the valve and then
yeah, it's the speed lever, obviously.
the speed it's a lever. There you go. That's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so they go through this little like
this
Grand
epic
Prix
race, bro.
This Grand Prix, this epic Grand Prix go-kart race, and it gets to the final like stretch, and I don't know. There's a little like I don't know 5 to 10 foot little jump off right before the end stretch, and that's when Jerry activates the speed lever, and he ends up jumping over the Camp MVP racer and lands.
Actually, like lands.
He lands right on top of it,
bro. Thank God they
he had the roll
like,
cage.
Yeah, bro. The roll
he
cage.
literally lands right on it and like slides down it like a rail.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that roll cage, that kid be dead. You got like 160 pounds of kid or whatever on top of the big ass go kart. That kid would have been crushed.
The go kart alone would have crushed him, bro. With that fucking boat motor on it.
Yeah. But then so for the first time in like I think it was like 31 years or 33 years, something like that, Camp Hope wins the Apache relay, you know, finally beating the jocks across the lake. it's a great time for everyone. You know, they're all celebrating.
They present him with this big Apache relay trophy.
That thing was huge.
That thing was fucking huge. It was like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, dude, it was a massive freaking trophy for sure. And then in classic loser fashion, like the MVP, like it was like, we're filing a formal protest or whatever.
Camp MVP
like,
coach comes over and files a official protest.
Yeah, thinking that they should have won for some dumbass.
I'm telling you that go-kart that the Fat Camp had was not regulation, dude. That boat motor had some supercharged shit to it, and like,
and they stole the engine from them too. So
right.
But did they know that? I mean, I'm sure they know they stole it, but did they know they put it on the go-kart?
Yeah. And then so Pat like makes this whole speech about like, oh, you want this trophy? Well, we don't need this trophy. Like we I don't know, we just don't need it. Like
yeah. He's just like, dude, he calls him out because he's like, is this the most important thing in your life? This trophy? And I was like, damn, bro. Like he's just this dude like, this is all he has to look forward to this year. Like this grown ass man winning the Apache relay because of some fat kids. And he just like calls him out. So yeah, so Pat,
he passes off the trophy to the biggest kid, Sims.
Yeah,
the one that barely talked.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, we'll send this back to you airmail.
Yeah,
and he hands it to the big kid who just like does a fucking like not a shot put. It's like a hammer throw. A hammer throw, I think it is. There's another Olympic sport that's similar to that where you actually like have it down below, because shot put you have the shot put up to your head,
or like heavy disc kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a heavy disc. Yeah, or there's like another one where it's like like a ball and chain type of thing.
Yeah,
and they swing around and then they launch it.
Hammer throw or whatever.
Hammer throw. Yeah.
Into the ocean, into the lake.
So he hammer throws this thing.
Yeah,
Olympic game style. There you go. Throws it into the lake,
bro. And then the MVP kids, down so bad and go, including the counselor, go after it. Like, are you crazy? Like they go after. Like, yeah, just overall.
That's all they care about is this stupid trophy.
All pretty pathetic. Yeah.
And then Pat immediately goes like, I don't need this thing. The only thing I need is my gal. And immediately turns to his lover, his kind of love interest in the movie.
Nurse that he falls for at the camp. Yeah.
Right. And then just grabs her and like dips her and kisses her and
he was the Rizzler, bro.
He was the Rizzler.
Did they ever really actually have a romantic moment other than him like feeling awkward talking to her or whatever? Well, like, was there actually
during the bonfire night, like he's like, oh, like look at all that food. He's like, I better go down there, and she's like, no, Pat, stay with me. Keep.
Oh yeah, they probably fucked that night. There's just
cheeks.
You're right, but because it was a PG Disney movie, they couldn't show anything like that. That was their subtle way of.
They're not married yet, bro. They can't be doing that.
That was their subtle way of throwing it in there. Don't go down there to that party. Stay up here with me.
My man Pat got it, bro. He got that. That sniz.
Yeah.
And then ends in the super happy note where Gary's like, Pat. It's just like, thank you for the best summer of my life. And he's like, back at you, kid. Like, all cool and all. It's just like,
They're all cheering, freeze frame.
Freeze frame celebration.
Yeah, that's the movie right there.
Very wholesome. Everybody's cheering. Hooray.
Yeah,
I think they say
Tony gets the mental health he so desperately needs.
Yeah, well, apparently there's an after credit scene that we didn't see.
That we missed,
where you see him afterwards being rehabilitated, and he's like going door to door selling like
crystals.
He's selling crystals out of a like briefcase.
Yeah. I can't believe Tony Perkins Sr. like made him go that low, bro.
So he probably changed his name to Dwight Goodman because he was pissed off at his dad.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that's the after credit scene. I guess technically that's the end of the whole movie there at that point. But yeah, he's just selling crystals.
Yeah, so this movie was awesome.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it's just an overall funny movie. Again, real career maker for like a decent amount of people, I would say.
Yeah, one of the first things that Judd Apatow did.
Yeah, that Stephen Brill guy did a lot too.
Right. Yeah, this was pre Freaks and Geeks and
Paul Feig, now a huge comedic director.
Right. Yeah. Insane.
Yeah, man, it's insane, man. Like it's so again, we watched this movie, it came out in 95. I was born in 95.
I was born in 95.
Yeah, so I think the earliest I remember watching this movie, I was 4 or 5 years old. And I always thought it was hilarious. And even to this day, I'm still fucking laughing at this movie. So it holds up. It holds up really well, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
But all right, Belly, with you, only sort of seeing it when you were a kid or whatever, what are your thoughts on this movie?
It was all right, I guess. It was
okay.
okay. It was nothing that like I laughed out loud at too much watching it. Like one of the funniest scenes was when the MVP camp is like rowing past them and they just say, "You stink, you stink." And they just say "you stink" 5 times in a row. And then one of the other kids is like, "Dude, good one." And that made me laugh. Like that was pretty funny. And yeah, like they're like it's just like a kids, like one of those 90s kids hangout like movies or whatever that are really good when you're young and stuff, but it's a different experience watching it when you're an adult versus
For
when
sure,
you're a kid,
yeah.
But
Do you think
I definitely saw the darker side of the movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I'm telling you, dude, this is definitely a dark.
this
comedy.
movie plays with
By
ethics a
definition.
lot. It plays with like ethical like questions.
Plays jump rope with ethics.
A lot of crime was committed in
A lot
this
of
film.
crime.
Bro, some probably against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, not-
honestly.
The electric
Yeah.
fence,
With the electric
honestly.
fence, yeah.
Imprisonment with an electric fence.
Refusing to feed them, bro. That's definitely against
Yeah,
the
that's
Geneva
also-
Convention. Yeah. But Bentley, do you think if you watched this as a kid, I know you said you sort of did, but you obviously like don't really remember it as a kid. Do you think you would have liked it more as a kid? Like, do you think you would have found this movie hilarious as a kid?
I did watch it a little bit when I was a kid. I thought I wasn't like hooked by it or anything. I think my grandma like tried to make me watch it, and I was like, this isn't a cartoon.
It's
I wanna watch a cartoon.
It's because Bentley thinks Tony's the good guy of the movie.
He's a misunderstood hero, dude.
Yeah, he doesn't like the this.
Even when I was 6 years old,
He doesn't like this telling of the movie. He would tell the real story, Bentley would edit it. He's like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna show you how this movie was originally supposed to be made."
I don't know. It's like the jokes just didn't really hit me that hard. I guess like the comedy side of it.
I even love the beginning where he's like, when they're like driving down like that street or whatever, and you see like 6 of the best fast food restaurants back to back to back, like on that road. And he keeps like swerving. He's like, "All right, guys, one last time." I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know why. Like, I just thought it was so funny, just like taunting fat kids like that.
With fast food.
Yeah. Bro, there was a Bojangles, a Taco Bell, a McDonald's,
There's
a
a
Burger
Burger
King, and I think there was one more.
Yeah, there's
Maybe a
definitely one
KFC.
more that you
No,
couldn't
not a
see.
KFC.
Yeah, there's another one that you couldn't see the sign for, but you saw there's another.
Yeah,
Like
it was like
fast food
5 or 6
restaurant.
of the biggest like fast food chains, just all like literally right next to each other. Which I just thought like, damn, where the fuck's that at? Like I don't think, because as a kid, I didn't know a single place that had that many that close in proximity with each other.
The European mind could not fathom this.
Yeah. You can just
think,
literally show them that screenshot of that scene and be like, yeah, this is America.
I think I read this was filmed in North Carolina or something, so maybe it was somewhere.
The Bojangles
Yeah,
definitely
the
checks out there.
Bojangles.
Yeah.
I think they're based out of Carolinas.
Okay, yeah. I
I
know
bet
they're
we can
mostly just in
Google-
the South.
I'll have to Google Maps it and get the street view going and like see where this is at.
Yeah, see
that
what
part was.
fast food restaurants are there now.
Yeah, because I know they mentioned. I think I want to say they mentioned something about the East Coast. Because I think the original kid, he's from New York.
Yeah, he's from New York.
Yeah, because he had a Buffalo Bills. I think he had a Bills shirt. Or
No, he had a New York Islanders, which is the hockey team
Okay.
for Long Island. I know someone when they're like getting to know each other, like, "Oh, where are you from?" Someone says Long Island. I don't know if that was Jerry. I'm assuming.
Josh definitely gives off New York vibes.
New York.
Like that kid's from the Bronx or something.
I thought Jerry Stiller was crazy good in this movie. The scene where he's like, talking
Don't let
about-
anybody sign your checks.
he's like about to cry, like talking about like losing this fat camp or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I was like, damn, he's actually kind of good at acting in a weird, like seriously.
That's the most sane I've ever seen.
You work all your life and you have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
He's like really getting into it too when he does that.
Like, I don't know whose idea it was to get both Ben's parents in there, like his dad and his mom,
Right.
to be, like the owner of the camps, and then he takes it over. But yeah, I'm telling you that's definitely the most sane I've ever seen Jerry Stiller act. I mean, I've only seen him in obviously like Zoolander and King of Queens, Seinfeld, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, he always plays the most insane person, insane old guy.
Mm-hmm.
He did a lot of like old school comedy back when they would record on records, and even go in your room and listen to that comedy on records. I think he did it with like one of these big female comedians, but
His wife.
his wife.
Yeah, they were like a comedy duo.
Comedy duo.
Oh,
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some of their stuff is pretty funny. I've listened to it before.
Stiller and
Yeah,
Mara.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, Mira, something like that. Oh, look at
I'll
that.
have to check some of
dude.
those out after
That
the
looks like a
pod.
good couple right there. That looks like a
cute.
solid couple.
But yeah, like Jerry Stiller is should have gotten an Oscar nom for this movie.
But yeah, man, this
But this movie is all about like you want to cheer for the good guys. It's the good guys versus the bad guys, you know, and you want the bad guys to like get fucked up. But like
Morally,
but really everyone
that-
was just kind of fucked up in this movie. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
but the good guys weren't always so good.
yeah.
They play it off as a good guy versus bad guy thing, but really it's just like they're all just kind of like committing crimes at each other.
Yeah.
What Bentley has shown us with being president of the Tony Perkins fan club is that this movie is about perspective.
I'm a Tony Perkins apologist.
Bro, I'm like, oh, okay. I know you've seen some seasons of How I Met Your Mother, right?
Right.
Okay.
First couple.
Yeah, it might have been later then because like it reveals that like Barney's perspective on movies is completely different from the rest of the world, basically.
Wait, what show?
How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
So Barney reveals that like he was talking about like how Karate Kid was his favorite movie, right? Or
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. And then he's just like,
I've seen that episode.
oh, okay. So yeah, remember he's like, yeah, until he lost to that lame kid from New Jersey. And he's just like, wait, when you watch, the
Cobra
Karate
Kai
Kid, you're
perspective.
going for the mean kid. He's like, I'm going for the Karate Kid, the titular character, Joey Lawrence for the Cobra Kai dojo. You know,
I remember seeing someone else like make that.
So that's what
Argument.
Cobra Kai is
Argument,
kind of
yeah.
about, that show on Netflix. Isn't
Right,
that
yeah,
isn't Cobra Kai like he's like the good guy now?
and, like,
Yeah, bro.
actually the Karate Kid in the movie was
he's
like
like
bad.
a douche. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right,
I've
'cause,
heard about that.
Well, there's I
Never
think
seen
it was
Cobra Kai.
before Cobra Kai even like started, but there's like this conspiracy theory that in Karate Kid during the tournament they say like no kicks are allowed or something.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Danny LaRusso wins with the kick
Kick
to
it
like
to
the
the head.
head.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
was like no
God.
kicks to the head, and he
Yeah.
wins with the kick to the head. He
Right.
should have been disqualified.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of Johnny Lawrence.
Barney brings that up actually. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, he won with that illegal head kick or whatever. But he did
Yeah,
also get
bro.
his leg swept right before that, or whatever. And he was like had like a broken ankle or something. I still don't fully understand what happened there. But yeah, so he's just like, but he graciously accepted defeat as someone should when they lose or when they lose at something, and it's like so Johnny Lawrence is the hero of the Karate. He is the Karate Kid, and then
It's
he
like
also
the
shows like
Rocky because he loses, but he's still the hero.
yeah,
He went the distance, man.
Yes. He climbed all those stairs. God, you guys don't watch Bob's Burgers, never mind.
I saw Rocky or climb stairs. So
There, yeah, that's where it's from.
Okay.
Or I mean, like Bob's Burgers has a great reference about that. But yeah, Barney also thinks like the Terminator is the good guy. He's like, what about when you watch the Terminator? Like, Lil, are you serious? It's called the Terminator. Like, it's just like he was just trying to do his job, and those. They just melted him. And they just watched him or whatever.
Yeah. Well, in the first one, he is the bad guy, and the second
Yeah.
one, he is the good guy.
yeah.
So
One of the greatest plot twists of
Yeah.
all time, bro. So good. Yeah, man. We kind of just forgot about the scene where like they host a dance with like some other like with a female camp somewhere around
Right,
the
yeah.
area or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like a normal female camp, but apparently, according to them, Tony set it up to humiliate the fat kids.
Right.
Like no one's gonna want to dance with them because they're fat. And I was like, damn, bro. Like, are you serious?
yeah,
Like, I don't know why.
that was some
like,
rough stuff there.
That was like probably like the meanest thing, honestly. I was like, because now that's like real like public humiliation. Like this has now gone outside of the realms of the camp. Like now you're bringing the world into this.
Right.
And I just thought like at first I thought they were like exaggerating with that. Like, oh, he's just doing this to like do whatever. But then you see like as soon as they start having a good time, they finally get all the girls and the boys to dance or
Being
whatever.
all awkward and for a little bit.
Yeah, like they're finally having a good time. Tony shuts it down. He's like, all right, show's over. He's just like, all right, thank you for coming, lady. He's like, I know it wasn't easy for you. I was just like, yeah, bro, what the fuck? Like my man's were risen it up, bro. Even one of the girls like, no, I really liked him or something like that, or he was really cute.
Yeah, Bentley cannot convince me that Tony was a good guy.
I'm just kidding. He's always in the back. He's like literally like assaulting these kids in the tape and stuff. So
nah, he's just saying that now.
Yeah, he's trying to save some face now.
Yeah, I'll go make a YouTube essay about how Tony is the misunderstood hero.
That's the thing, Bentley, is you can edit it to make it look like he's the good guy, honestly. You know, he's just a man trying to make kids healthy, and then they all decided to fight back, you know?
And they kidnap him.
Yeah. Commit some war crimes, you know. But that's war, bro. You know, war never changes.
War is hell.
Yeah, war.
Yeah, Jerry.
Dude, how the fuck did we skip over that line? Go ahead, RJ.
Jerry was writing a letter to his grandma, like explaining all the hardships he's been enduring since he goes to this camp. And the first line is like, "Dear Grandma, somebody said war is hell."
And he's like, but they've clearly never been to fat camp.
But they've never been to fat camp. There you go. I forgot the last part. But they've clearly never been to fat camp.
Yeah. Bro, I fucking died at that line, man. That shit was hilarious. Like, I don't know. I remember busting out. I actually like laughed out loud during that point.
Yeah.
Such a funny, like, because you know this kid's dead serious. Like, in his mind, this is literally the worst thing that could happen.
Right.
Like, there's kids who, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, it's just so funny how serious he was when he wrote that letter. Really, I don't know why we're writing the fall. War never changes. Like, there's such a serious dark undertone to it.
Yeah,
I fucking loved it, man.
Metal Gear Solid line.
Metal Fat Solid. No, I was kidding. Fat Gear Solid. But I don't know. I just love this movie, dude. I think there's something.
It was a classic that I loved as a kid that I think still holds up to this day.
I think it holds up really well, honestly. And then it's crazy to think about. I knew a lot of people who've seen this movie, but I also know a lot of people who grew up with Disney and didn't watch this movie.
Yeah, same.
Which is crazy. But then, like, if you look it up, like, yeah, it did terrible in the box office because Disney just didn't want to market it, basically.
Right.
And then Ben Stiller said he didn't want to be a part of any of the marketing because he was trying to be taken seriously as a director.
Yeah, which I'm sure that really hurt the box office. That he wasn't.
He was the biggest name in the movie.
He wasn't in the original trailer when he's supposed to be like one of the major plot points of the whole movie.
Yeah, it wasn't until like
he's the villain.
I think they said it wasn't until a promo for like when it was on Disney Channel.
Right.
Or
Yeah,
like,
that was the first marketing that was like, oh yeah, Ben Stiller's in this movie.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, and like the director had talked about it. They're just like, yeah, there's literally like no market. There was like no press junkets. There was no like press tour or whatever. You know, there was no marketing to this movie whatsoever. They said all they remember was like trailers for like other Disney movies when they show it like on VHSs, like upcoming or whatever.
Right.
And then posters at a movie theater, and then that's it. I think I saw it said it only made like 17.5 million or something at the box office.
Yeah, 17.6.
Yeah, with a budget of, I don't know what the budget would be, but it's probably more than that or about that. I don't know. Obviously, not a super expensive movie to make, but that's not anything.
Yeah, Ben Stiller is definitely the star of this movie.
Oh, for sure.
He gets last credit in the starring, which is kind of interesting. I feel like maybe he's kind of embarrassed about this movie or something because he watched that interview before he did this podcast,
right.
And he's just like, his story wasn't that like he wasn't that excited to talk about.
Well, it wasn't even like a full story. It was just
Yeah.
like that was a bad video. That
Yeah,
bad edited
it was a great
video.
editing, yeah. I wish more people would ask him about this movie though, but no, they'd obviously rather ask him about like Tropic Thunder or Zoolander or whatever. And I'd be like, talk about heavyweights. Yeah.
He's great in it for sure.
Yeah, man. Honestly, one of Ben's best performances.
Ben and Jerry.
Like, he's really crazy in this movie. Like he's, again, if you've seen Dodgeball, you've seen this character. This is definitely the basis of White Goodman.
I'm curious to see if this movie never came out or if he never played this role, would we have White Goodman?
Yeah.
And would it be the same kind of character, or would he even have played it, or who knows?
Yeah. Also, dude, Ben Stiller jacked in this movie.
Oh yeah, he was fucking ripped. Apparently, he was working with a personal trainer
4 hours a day.
4 hours a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
doing dumbbell curls in between like takes and stuff, trying to keep that pumping.
He's ripped in a lot of movies he's in. Like
So
Tropic Thunder, he has some pretty good guns.
Yeah, he does have pretty good.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm sure he had to look pretty good for Zoolander.
No, he
'cause
was ripped.
Zoolander.
He was more like shredded.
That
you know, like-
superhero movie that he directed.
Mystery
Mystery
Man.
Man?
I don't think he directed
didn't
that.
direct it.
Yeah,
Didn't
but he
direct
was like the
that? He
star
acted
of it.
it,
Mystery
yeah.
Man.
I
think
don't think he was like ripped. From
I don't know. He had a costume on that
No,
time.
honestly, the most ripped he's ever been is this
And then
Zoolander and
Dodgeball,
Dodgeball.
yeah.
He was jacked in Dodgeball. But yeah, you're right. In Tropic Thunder, he had some pretty big guns. Like for sure, he's like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude. I don't know why. I feel like Ben does that every once in a while on purpose, or like I want to take on a role where I have to be jacked because I want to get back in shape or something. So
Need to
might as
remind
well,
people.
might as well get paid for it. You know.
right.
It's always cool when you like kind of hide it, like you don't show it off too much, like you're like The Rock or something. You just like secretly have muscles.
Like Adam Sandler,
Ben
bro.
Stiller.
Like the only time he's ever been fit was probably like Don't Mess with the Zohan, like you said. Like
Oh,
I remember
yeah,
he's talking
yeah.
about like he doesn't want to make a sequel, and he's like another reason is, or one reason he can't do a sequel is because he can't get back into that kind of shape. He's
Right.
Like, "There's absolutely no way."
It'll be like him as like a 50-year-old man, like after the IDF, and he has to get pulled back into like another. I don't know.
The
They could do
IDF.
something maybe. I don't think they say the IDF, but
Yeah.
I think it's heavily implied.
He's
like a
they bring
Mossad.
back like what conscription or whatever.
Mm.
Inscribed to the idea.
Yeah, heavyweights. I thought it was all right. It's just one of those like I just thought it was kind of like one of those just typical '90s kid hangout comedies,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some funny parts like Ben Stiller and stuff.
I just think I don't know, man. I was thinking about this too. Like, but besides the whole, like, obviously, like this wouldn't get made today because of the subject matter. It's just really sad to see is that we just don't get movies like this anymore. Like, we don't get these kind of child-centered like comedies, but where like kind of everyone can enjoy it, unless it's an animated movie.
Hmm.
We never get just like a funny, like kind of crazy adventure about like a bunch of kids, you know, anymore. Like, I can't think of the last time in theater I heard about something like that.
Well, one I would say would be like Stranger Things, but that's not very fun.
Yeah, that's not a comedy.
Yeah.
That's like, it's pretty like dark, honestly.
It.
Yeah.
Those are more,
Yeah, like let's go with
Yeah.
it as a feel
talking about
good,
kid hangout
feel good
movies.
summer movie. No, just kidding.
Yeah, but you're right. That's like the closest thing to it, and that's not even like a comedy or anything.
I would think like maybe Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but I don't.
Oh,
watch
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't watch that movie, but
I
I
didn't
would
either.
probably put it like somewhere around there. But yeah, we don't get any more, you know, heavyweights, Max Keeble's Big Move,
I
you
love that
know,
movie.
Agent Cody Banks. Like we just don't. That genre is like dead now, and it's so upsetting. Like, I just miss those kind of movies, man, because they're obviously for kids, but even adults can enjoy them. You know, like who didn't love heavyweights?
Right? Yeah.
apparently
Except for
me.
Bentley, yeah, and all the rest of the Tony
I
Perkins
liked
fan
it.
club.
I will say I liked it. I liked it. It seemed like it could have been like a TV movie a little bit in some parts.
It's pretty close to being a decom. It definitely would have
Yeah.
been the best decom they've ever made if it was a decom. But
Right.
yeah,
And,
but yeah, I don't know, man. Like you just said, like it's just
it's
It's not that funny to you,
Agreed
right?
I just agree to Tony too much. I just like when
Yeah.
I saw him chained up, I was like, that's me.
yeah.
Okay.
Ellie's always hated fat people.
Exactly.
His favorite character on Family Guy was a fat guy strangler.
Who Barry or whatever.
I just remember it was Lois's brother. I don't remember like his name, and it was played by Robert Downey Jr. That's all I remember.
That guy strangler.
Yeah,
Right.
because he walked in on his mom getting banged by the guy from the Honeymooners, or he basically looked like the guy from the Honeymooners.
Jackie Gleason.
Yeah. Because he's like, pow, right in the kisser. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think this movie is kind of just like, there's like a little bit of everything for everyone, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
there's some real feel good moments. There's some great just comedy, like physical comedy on top of that.
There's a lot of good slapstick. I'll say that.
Yeah. A real like coming together kind of story to take down the man, bro, to fight tyranny, dude. The movie is really about the Revolutionary War. I'm just kidding. I could probably make that argument if I really thought about it, but I don't want to think about it too much.
Fighting tyranny with like actual violence.
Yeah. So
Like
instead
actual revolutionaries.
of
in this
you know,
movie.
they taxed their candy, dude, and that was like too far, bro. Yeah, that just went too far.
Candy terrorists, dude.
The sweet terrorist. Dude.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know if I feel like I am like looking through this like rose color or nostalgia color glasses when I'm
rose-colored glasses.
Rose-colored glasses
Yeah.
or whatever, you know.
My grandparents like this
Or
movie.
like champagne
Yeah, I forgot what
goggles or
the phrase is, you know.
Yeah.
There's definitely some nostalgia there with
Yeah.
me. So it's like maybe it's just because like we watched it so much as a kid. That's why as a rewatch as an adult, it still hits or like pretty good for us.
Yeah.
But
Super
it's not the
cemented in the
same.
90s too. So like I feel like if you watch it in the 90s, it's like probably better too.
It's such a 90s movie.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Because dude, I'm telling you, man, like it'd be kind of an interesting experiment to show this movie to like Gen Z kids, or God forbid, freaking Alpha or whatever, like the most current generation is.
Beta.
They'd probably be like, "What
Beta.
is this? This isn't Skibbity Riz toilet or whatever." Like, but yeah,
Can't wait
it'd
for that movie.
Yeah,
Come on, Michael Bay.
bro, we got a Minecraft movie. We're definitely getting a Skibbity Riz toilet movie.
Well, remember, I guess Michael Bay bought like the rights to.
Was that real? I don't remember.
Yeah, no, like I don't know if maybe it wasn't, but I it was definitely an article from like a credited like source. Like it wasn't just like some random place. It was like I don't know, like I can't think of any of the. It was it Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine how there'd be
don't know.
rights to
IGN
Skibbity Riz.
probably.
Because how is Skibbity Riz
That's a tough search.
licensed? Because it's like that Half-Life.
Skibbity toilet film and TV franchise in the works from Michael Bay. Yep. And the exec at Paramount, or with former Paramount exec Adam something.
Yeah, man. Bring it on.
Hilarious, dude. But yeah, man. So I will say, like, I mean, obviously, I think nostalgia will always kind of be a factor when we watch things from our childhood. But I mean, I think there's been plenty of things from my childhood that I gave a chance when I'm an adult, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, I didn't not like that or whatever. And I realized like I only liked it as a kid and not really just in general, I guess. But I don't know. I still really like those movies in general.
Yeah.
The nostalgia factor only takes you so far.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of like a minor thing in this. I just thought like the performances are hilarious. The slapstick was great.
The kids are good.
Yeah, even like
Good
the side
actors.
characters are pretty awesome. You know, there's just like there's a lot going on in this movie. I just kind of liked a little bit of everything.
I liked it overall.
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah. But again, I think it'd be fun to see like what the younger audiences would think of this movie.
Mhm.
Like obviously they probably wouldn't get like a lot of the reference, like the Buffalo Bills losing or whatever. Like I'm gonna lose or I'm gonna crack under pressure like the Bills or whatever.
Aren't the
Super
Buffalo
Bowl or-
Bills more popular now? Aren't they like
They
more-
are, but I don't know. They know the history of them like losing 3 Super Bowls in a row
Yeah.
or whatever.
Before
yeah.
this last like stretch of fairly decent success, the past 4 or 5 years, like they were shit for like maybe 20 years before that.
Yeah.
And it was after losing 4 straight Super Bowls.
4 straight Super Bowls. Yeah.
So bad they made a movie about it.
Buffalo 66.
Buffalo 66. Yeah, that was a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
That-
that's a great movie. We still got to talk about that one.
Yeah, which I wish
we can do a rewatch of it and then talk about
Yeah,
it.
we can.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I'd
can
be
do
down to
that.
rewatch
Yeah,
it.
and we'll just use that like as a free space, obviously, because we have to rewatch it. And we also got to do that for Virginia Wolf
Right.
too.
And then fucking
Lost Highway.
Lost Highway.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I'll have to force you guys to watch again.
I feel like on a rewatch, I would enjoy it a little bit more too.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, could be. But
Anyways.
all right, yeah. So I don't know, guys. Final thoughts about this camp classic.
I don't know. I love it. It was very nostalgic for me, like I said.
When's the last time you guys watched it?
Maybe 10 years ago for me.
For me,
Yeah.
it's definitely just been a few years,
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. One that I never owned, but anytime it would come on Disney Channel, I'd have to check it out. And yeah, I don't know. It's probably my first introduction to Ben Stiller, honestly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because
This was 95. What did he do right before this? Reality Bites.
right, yeah. I mean, we weren't like
No, I
watching it.
know. Yeah, I was just trying to think of what he did.
Yeah, not necessarily meaning the earliest thing of his that he's done that I've seen. I'm just saying like it was probably my first movie I've seen that had him in it.
Gotcha.
You know, it was before I watched like Meet the Parents or Meet the Parents is the
Meet
first
the
one,
Parents,
right?
Yeah. Meet the Parents first, Fockers,
Okay, yeah.
and then Little Fockers.
It was either that one or like something about Mary. That was probably like my first actual
okay.
Ben Stiller movie I
Yeah.
watched of his.
I think my earliest memories are definitely this and Zoolander. I
Yeah.
remember watching Zoolander a lot as a kid. but I think they played it a lot on like TBS.
Yeah, they definitely showed it on one of the channels.
Those are like the two earliest memories for me when it comes to Ben Stiller specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely didn't watch any of those, or didn't watch Zoolander as a kid.
Definitely just Dodgeball. Is that character?
Yeah, that's like that's like my my go-to for him.
Yeah.
Like my go-to character, you know.
Damn, yeah. He's played some pretty iconic characters, obviously, but yeah, that's definitely up there for sure. And it's so hard to be the fact that he also directed Tropic Thunder. You know, I don't know. Like the man's done some great work.
Yeah, it's a funny movie. If you like kids comedies, honestly, like especially from the '90s, and it's definitely essential viewing. It's like that's probably one of the kings of the genre, like your Sandlots and you're like all that just solid movie.
It's Fat Lot, dude.
But I don't know, like I just didn't find it like funny that funny watching it now. Like not particularly. There's a couple parts I was chuckling at.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for sure.
nothing that I could quite pinpoint, recall.
That's still, yeah. I would just say like, yeah. I would just say it's kind of, I think it's still a pretty solid comedy, just overall in general. And I'd recommend it to just about anyone who likes a good like nostalgic laugh, if you want to say, or just if you miss the '90s and the kind of like movies that came out in the '90s, this is definitely a great example of one.
If you want to watch like Space Jam and all those movies, you probably want to throw this in the mix.
Hell yeah, dude.
Want to like a good refresher of '90s comedies.
Jumanji,
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely a movie worth checking out if you're at all interested in the '90s culture or anything.
Yeah, and it's a Disney movie, so as long as Disney Plus is a thing, it's probably always going to be on there.
It's fun for the whole family,
Yeah.
dude.
Any last minute thoughts, fellas?
Nope. I'd say just go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It's only like an hour and a half. I definitely think it's worth that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll just say Tony did nothing wrong.
It's a film.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rate this movie buy a physical copy of. That's my rating system. I would
Okay.
buy a physical
So you're on the lookout, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, in honor of the kid that looks like the Rizzler in there, I'm going to give it like 5 big booms. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
I'd say if you see it on streaming, watch it.
All right. Billy gives it 2 carrot sticks.
All right.
All right, guys. This has been 3 hacks in a movie. I've been Emilio.
I'm Bentley.
And I'm RJ.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.